That's great advice. Which kind of leads me into another thought is, on one hand, I feel like we live in an era where information is so readily accessible. Like in less than 2 seconds, I just got on my phone and asked for like some Chuck Norris jokes and it's like right there. But with all that information accessible, do you ever feel like it's almost too much information for people now when it comes to health advice and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, for every piece of good information that's out there, there's just as much, if not more, that's bad. Or I mean, the internet's great for a lot of stuff, but it's one of those things that it's like, it's sorry, Jackson just came down here.
Hey, you're good.
It's one of those things that people will they get online and they compare themselves to everyone else, or somebody who's 55 sees an 18-year-old doing like backflips off a plyo box, and it's like, oh, I should do that too. And I'm like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And like I said, I mean, the biggest thing I tell my clients is like, if you see shit online, I'm like, take it with a grain of salt. Um, and just realize that when you're looking at, I mean, if you're looking at like a scientific study or something, you got to read
Yeah.
all the way to the bottom and be like, okay, who paid for this? Because there's always an agenda, whether it's low carb, high carb, dairy's good, dairy's bad. There's a reason somebody wrote that article.
Yeah.
Um, and then a lot of times people will just take a snippet out of that and it'll become like a headline.
Yeah.
And and
I
I
mean,
think especially in this day and age, like whatever's the most polarizing will get the most clicks.
yeah. I mean, I think, it's crazy. I mean, we literally inverted the entire food pyramid recently. It's like, I mean, and we're not gonna get into the politics, that around any of that, but it's interesting because I did see someone that was like, it's not like it took different parts of the pyramid and replaced it. It's literally like flipped it up on it's almost like, okay, it's like it was completely wrong and then it's now right or whatever that is. It's just it's little things like that though that I think for a lot of us were like, gosh, what do we even believe anymore? Like what's the truth? So
Yeah. And I mean, I think unfortunately politics has done a lot of that. And, um, but again, like the older food pyramid, it's one of those things like you got to look at who paid to build the original one. Like how did cereal get put at the bottom, or put as like the foundation, and like all of a sudden like eggs and meat and shit that's been around for thousands of years is all of a sudden bad. Like,
yeah, yep. No, absolutely. I
not saying you
agree.
gotta do pull-ups in your Levi's at the park like RFK, but
Yeah, like, we talked about gym apparel and stuff, and it's really, whatever's comfortable for you,
I
so,
mean, jeans
uh
are my first choice, but to each their own.
But, no, it is interesting. I mean, do you have any advice for people that want, to go to either one place or at least be kind of on the right track? I mean, you kind of hit this already. It's just, kind of read between the lines, see maybe who's paying for the information. But is there something you recommend to your customers on like, okay, like go here. This is going to be at least like baseline good health information for you.
Um, Depending on like kind of what level the client's at, kind of how long they've been working towards getting healthy. Like I do have a lot of sites for like recipes I'll share with people, but um, as far as the stuff that's in like the mainstream media, I just always tell people, like everything else, that the truth's probably somewhere in the middle ground rather than on one end or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
as far as diet, high protein works great for some people. Some people don't do so good with it. So it's you just kind of have to figure out what's best for you. And honestly, I probably wouldn't choose what you're putting in your body based off what you read on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, the old adage I use is if I like it and it's really great, then it's probably bad for me.
Well, unfortunately, I think as you mentioned some of the stuff that's come out over the last year or two about a lot of the shit we ate as kids, you know, Doritos and, well, a lot of the stuff I ate as a college kid
Yeah.
before I skied into trees. It was probably bad for you.